all the transfer news concerning Man United, we're going to try and squeeze into today's show. We've got news on Donnarumma, the PSG goalkeeper who is heading to the Premier League. Will Man United be his destination? And of course, we've got transfer news on Carlos Baleba. This is the biggest summer transfer that we're going to see. If it actually happens, if United can get this done, this is going to break the internet. Baleba to Man United. We're hearing that Man United are now opening talks with Brighton. This week is the biggest week in the transfer market. We're going to bring you updates on that, what everyone's saying, what Fabrizio Romano, David Ornstein and others are saying about this deal. And then finally, we've got Garnacho, the kid that just simply does not want to leave. Or he wants to leave. We're not quite sure. He's sending mixed signals. But we are getting positive news about him joining Chelsea this week. Let's hope, fingers crossed, it gets done and we can bring some money in for this kid who just simply does not want to be here. So we've got a jam-packed out show for you today. So make sure you stick around. Make sure you hit the like button on this video. And if you're not already subscribed to the Man United Stream channel, hit that subscribe button so you can keep up to date with all the latest transfer news and more from one single daily dose. Okay, so let's kick off today's show with news on Donnarumma, the PSG goalkeeper. Yesterday we got breaking news from a few sources that PSG had left him out of the UEFA Champions League squad. What is all that about? How can you leave your top goalkeeper out of your squad? It was a clear message by the manager Enrique that he doesn't want Donnarumma at the club anymore, and that just literally sent the whole sporting world into chaos because everyone was trying to guess what's going to happen with Donnarumma now. Now Fabrizio Romano confirmed immediately after this news came out that he's been dropped from the squad that Donnarumma will be leaving this summer, if not next summer, as a free agent. Now PSG will not allow him to leave on a free next year, so they're going to be trying to sell him this year, this summer, to a club who's interested, and that his most likely destination, we're being told, is the Premier League. Now we automatically think it's United, but it's not. United are not the only club that are interested in Donnarumma. We're hearing Chelsea are interested. We're hearing even Man City are interested in him. Chelsea have ruled it out somewhat. They're saying that they're happy with their goalkeeper Sanchez. I don't know why, but they are. They're saying that we're not looking for a goalkeeper. Man City, however, haven't ruled out a move for Donnarumma. United, it's a tricky one. Onana is still at the club. We can't afford two top goalkeepers at the club at one time, paying them huge salaries, and Donnarumma's salary is reported to be in excess of £250,000 per week. That's crazy amount of money. And yes, some of you might be thinking that we paid that much money to De Gea, why not to Donnarumma? And yeah, that's a decent argument, but United are rolling a bit different right now. They don't want to be paying these kind of salaries to these kind of players who then might not perform and don't want to leave. We've had this issue with numerous players who've not performed at the club but are not leaving because their salaries cannot be matched at any other club, and hence why even Donnarumma right now is stuck between a rock and hard place. He knows he's on a huge salary at PSG and he wants to go to a club that will match that salary. There's not many clubs in the world that will pay that much to a goalkeeper. Hence why this deal with Donnarumma to United might not be as simple as we think. Now, we did report yesterday that United were prepared to take Donnarumma on a loan move. That's what they did with Martinez from Aston Villa. They approached Aston Villa for a loan move. It was rejected, but we're hearing from sources close to United that they again want to take a goalkeeper on loan because they know Onana's there, and if they buy another goalkeeper they might be stuck with two very expensive goalkeepers. They don't want that situation, so they'd rather have one on loan, so if one works out or the other doesn't work out, they can sell one or the other. That's what we're hearing, and it makes sense, doesn't it? It makes sense not to have two expensive goalkeepers on your books, on salaries. If you've got one on loan, at least then you can test him out, and if that new goalkeeper outperforms Onana, then it makes sense to sell Onana, right? That's what United are thinking. But if the reports are true and Man City and Pep are interested in signing Donnarumma, then United probably will have to take the back seat on this one and look at some other goalkeeper to bring in this summer. Now let's move on to the biggest transfer of the summer, Carlos Baleba from Brighton to Man United. Will it happen? Will it not? Now, we've had some really interesting updates in the last 24 hours on this deal. United are in the driving seat. United are pushing for this deal to happen. United have got the funds to go and make this happen. £112 million is being thrown around as the offer that Brighton are prepared to accept. United can get that done. We're being told that United have got the facilities, the financial facilities to take out that credit and get this deal done. They do not have to rely on sales of players to get this deal done with Baleba and Brighton. Of course, this is music to our ears. This is brilliant. So we don't need to sit around waiting for Anthony to go out on loan, or Garnacho to be sold to Chelsea, or Højlund to go out on loan to AC Milan and so forth. We're not relying on these deals to go through. These players cannot hold Man United to ransom, where they sat there saying, we're not going to leave. We're not going to leave until you do this, 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 this. Who gives a crap? You sit where you want to sit. We don't even give a crap. It doesn't make a difference to us in this summer transfer market. We can go out there and get our purchases done without you moving. So if you want to sit there and not play football for the next year or two, that's your problem. That is your problem. You want to waste your career away, you do that. But we're going to carry on and go and improve this team and make sure we can challenge for the Premier League next season. So Carlos Baleba is a massive possibility. Yes, it's going to be a very difficult deal because we know Brighton are not the easiest club to negotiate with. But we also know that United are rolling different this year. They have already agreed personal terms with Carlos Baleba. Now, some people have said, oh, what do you mean personal terms? They've not agreed personal terms. There's no such thing. They have agreed personal terms. Yes, they've not signed on the dotted line. No one does that anymore. Right now, they've already been in touch with Carlos Baleba and his representatives and agreed personal terms. They've agreed them verbally. So let's make that clear. There will be no issue to personal terms if Brighton accept an offer from United. That tells you that Carlos Baleba wants this move. He's pushing for this move. In fact, we're hearing that he's actually gone to Brighton and verbally told them that he wants to leave the club and he wants Man United to be the destination that he wants to go to. Brighton know this. Brighton, behind the scenes, we're being told, are already looking for a replacement for Baleba. This is happening, guys. This is huge news. This is a complete and utter crazy transfer that we never thought at the start of the window we will be doing. We were in blind panic at the start of the transfer window, thinking about Calvert-Lewin joining as a striker for Man United, and now we've got Šeško. Think about this whole transfer window and how crazy it's been over the last couple of weeks. It's just taken a complete turn for the good, obviously, and as Man United fans, we are absolutely buzzing right now. I really can't wait for the Premier League to start because, look, I want to see Šeško, I want to see Mbeumo, I want to see Kuna, and possibly Baleba. This is just unheard of. I swear, this has to be one of the best transfer windows in recent history, if not in the history of United. I've been saying this again and again. This is absolutely crazy. If we get Baleba, I swear I'll be over the moon with this transfer window, and would genuinely have to give the credits to Ineos and Omar Berrada, Jason Wilcock, Christopher Vivell to getting all these transfers done in this one summer transfer window. It is absolutely insane. Now, let's move on to outgoings and Garnacho. This kid has caused so much chaos at United, hasn't he? I mean, even in recent weeks, this guy is just causing such a storm. He is sat there sulking at home on social media. Social media, isn't it? I mean, social media, it's just, players need to be kept away from social media. Whoever the agents are, whoever their managers are, need to tell them, just stay off social media. Now, yesterday, Garnacho posted something on social media where he's got a picture of himself with a ticking timer suggesting something. Most people are sick of it. Most fans are sick of it. I genuinely am. I'm sick of it, and I'm sure lots of other fans are as well. Just get the hell out of here. Just go. If you do not want to play for United, why make a big issue of it? Just go and go to another club. Agree terms, agree your sale, go. We're done with this. We've had enough. Just go. Just go. If it's Chelsea, just go. Now, we are hearing that Chelsea are going to finalise this move for Garnacho and they're going to take him. Chelsea fans are happy, and look, I don't blame them. I don't blame them because the kid, if he genuinely gets his shit together, he could become one of the best wingers out there in Europe. But right now, is he actually going to do that? He's not doing anything. Has he got the potential? Yes, everyone's got the potential to do whatever they want to do. But if they're not going to actually implement that, if they're not going to work hard enough, then there's no point talking about potential. Yes, he might improve himself in Chelsea. He might not. Let's wait and see. But right now, we need him out because he's not doing what he's meant to be doing under Ruben Amorim. So I'm sticking with Ruben Amorim. If he says this guy's not going to change his colours, he's not going to improve, let's just get rid of him. We sit on these players too long until they're worth absolutely nothing. So let's sell Garnacho for whatever we can get. Now, I don't mean sell him for next to nothing. I mean selling for at least 30-40 million plus so we can get some money in. That's what we're hoping for. And Chelsea realistically have to pay at least 50 million. Surely they have to pay 50 million for Garnacho, with huge potential of becoming one of the best in Europe if he actually puts his head down. And that's the biggest question mark, but Chelsea can maybe do that. That is what we're looking at in terms of the news on Garnacho. And of course, we'll be bringing you more transfer news and developments as and when we get it. Donnarumma's situation looks very fluid. I think we're going to in the next couple of days we'll know exactly who is interested in Donnarumma and where his likely destination might be. And of course, Baleba. Hopefully we can get some positive news out of this where United make a formal offer for Baleba to Brighton. That's what we're all waiting for, because we know that once United make that formal offer, they are very confident that they will get it done. That is it for today's show, guys. Make sure you hit the like button on this video, and if you're not already subscribed to the Man United Stream channel, what you're waiting for, hit that subscribe button so you can keep up to date with all the latest on Man United and more from one single daily dose. You're watching the Man United Stream channel, a channel by the fans for the fans.